goodbye to Lynne.
This is actually crap.
Lynne Podoroka runs a concrete company with her husband, Walter. You've heard of companies that love their customers. Well, Lynne hates her customers.
She's old, crabby, and nasty.
At least the customers who sue her, claiming her company took their money and didn't finish their jobs. Do you think that they're scammers, or do you think they're just bad business people?
Scammers.
It can't be overstated that this was the worst contractor experience I've ever had.
I don't care if he thinks I'm a terrible person.
Okay. Yeah, Lynne doesn't like people that take her to court, and Lynne doesn't like me. What is all of this stuff? United States of America versus Podoroka.
You know what? I'm not even talking to you. You
okay,
are
well,
really
this is
not a very nice person.
So, Riley, this is a picture of Grandma and Grandpa's backyard right now.
This is a video Ann sent to her granddaughter, explaining why the little girl couldn't come over to swim.
There's where the diving board used to be. There's the pool. There's the back corner. There's where all your toys used to be.
In early spring 2023, Ann and Pat Comiskey paid to redo the concrete deck around their Troy pool.
She came out, which is the wife.
Okay.
Walter and Lynne Podoroka.
Walter Podoroka came out and broke up the concrete in early May. They'd already paid the company $4,000. Now Lynne wanted another check. She wanted it in her personal name.
Lynne Podoroka for $4,000.
Then they waited as the pool season slipped away. Finally, Lynne came out, but they say didn't really do anything.
I thought you were putting the forms up. No, we probably can do that on Monday. So I said, I'm going to wait for a week, and you probably will be here. I've had a lot of probablys from you.
It was getting ridiculous.
This is my backyard.
Pat made this video.
Here we are. It's July 12th.
July 12th? Listen, Michigan has a super short pool season. By mid-July, it's hot. There's only one place you want to be. Pat sued Lynne and won a judgment for $2,885.
They were supposed to pay within a month.
They didn't.
They've never contacted you. They've never called you.
They won't answer phone calls.
They never said, I'm sorry.
No.
They're not the only ones who missed a whole pool season thanks to the Podorokas.
I had sand and weeds back here for an entire summer.
Greg had the same experience. He actually hired them in November 2020 to have his pool concrete deck ready by the summer of 21. Podorokas broke up the old concrete, but he says they never poured the cement.
She had a lot of excuses when she wasn't delivering. So it was deer season, and it was COVID, and it was anything under the sun. It was a death in the family.
Greg sued as well and won a $100,000 default judgment, but he knew he'd never see that money, so eventually settled on just having the Podorokas pay him back the $10,000 he'd paid them up front. Then there's the Badalamenti family. Here's their pool that sat for an entire pool season waiting for concrete. They sued, went to a bench trial earlier this year, and the judge ordered the Podorokas to pay $12,000 for breach of contract. Once again, part of the case involved some checks written out to the company and others written out to Lynne personally. Then there's this case where a couple from Metamora sued and won a default judgment against Podoroka Concrete for $38,000 in 2015. Guess what they sued about? A concrete job the Podorokas were supposed to have done around their pool. Court crops up with the concrete couple consistently. In 2014, they were in bankruptcy court, filing with more than $1 million in debt. They've been sued by the state of Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency. In 2022, Podoroka Concrete was slapped with a $73,000 judgment. And the United States government sued and won a default judgment against Podoroka Concrete and Lynne Podoroka in 2020 for not paying employment and unemployment taxes. It says, defendant Podoroka LLC owes the United States the sum of $188,991.97. And get this, I'm not even the first reporter to go after Lynne. Local 4's Ruth to the Rescue did a segment on her for allegedly writing non-sufficient fund checks more than 10 years ago. Ruth never caught up to Lynne in person, but you know I will. Time for me to smoke a Podoroka. Hello there, Lynne.
Hi.
Rob Wolchek from Fox 2. How are you?
I'm good.
Let's see what the concrete queen has to say about some of these customers. Pat and Ann Comiskey.
Really?
You have they have a judgment against you for $28.85.
Yeah.
They want their money.
You're kidding, right?
No.
This is actually crap. $2,800. Do you know how much work we did there? We did the entire renovation.
Yeah, I saw it. You tore all of the stuff out,
Yes.
and then they went all
Hauled it
summer
away.
without getting their,
'Cause the
being
pool
able to
was-
use their pool.
No. We do not pour the concrete until the pool's running.
It sure looks like the pool is running in July when Pat shot this video. Okay, well, regardless, they sued you and they have a judgment,
Only
and they
because-
want their money.
Yeah, only because I didn't show up.
Okay, well,
I didn't
that's
show
your
up.
problem,
It
right?
Was, yes, it
Okay,
was.
well
it
then-
was. But they should have never gotten that.
Okay, well then, you still owe them $28.85. Are you going to pay them?
I guess I have to, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Actually, I think it's crap.
Now, Lynne changes her story about court.
I did show up. It was in Zoom.
Okay.
I did a Zoom meeting with him.
Well, you lost.
No, I agreed to pay it. I didn't lose.
Okay, so you agreed to pay it, but did
Yes.
you pay it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so-
because I was so mad over it because the judge said, you know what? She's agreeing. You don't have any. They weren't entitled to it. The judge told them that.
Well, they're entitled to it now. They
yeah,
want
but
their money.
you're making this a story that isn't.
Next up, the lawsuit that just wrapped up. Lynne lost.
I just got this week from my attorney, Art
Right.
Garten.
And what
This
does it
week.
say?
This week.
What does it say?
I'm not. This is what the
Says $12,000?
judge's opinion, right?
Okay, here's the judge's opinion.
Judge's opinion.
The court finds that defendants breached the concrete contract. That's you, the defendant, right?
You know what? You need to read the whole case. It's like
I read the
this
case.
thick.
I read the case.
And
I
the
have
only
it.
reason you're here, you obviously know this one here. I guarantee you know this lady.
What lady?
Her.
Who? What do you mean?
Mrs. Kaminsky?
I've interviewed her.
Yeah, you've interviewed her. You know what? She's old, crabby, and nasty.
She seemed
And
pretty
I
nice to
didn't-
me. You seem
and
kind of
personally-
crabby and nasty,
no,
to be perfectly
you pull
honest.
Up, literally, you pull up and do this? Really?
Back to the Badalamenti case that I was trying to talk to Lynne about. Potoroka Concrete was ordered to pay $12,000. I try to ask Lynne why she asks her clients to write some of the checks in her personal name. They write a check for $2,500 to
Oh my
Potoroka
God.
Concrete.
I'm not talking to you. This is in court right now. I cannot talk to you on this.
Okay.
We can't even talk about it.
Okay.
We
Well,
literally
I
just
believe
got-
the case just got settled.
No, but you know what? I don't feel that. I just got this week. That is the judge's opinion.
Okay, well, that's the judge is the law.
The judge's, it's an opinion.
Here, I want you to...
You really need to call my attorney on this. I can't talk about this one.
it says
This one's
right
new.
here,
Yeah.
this resolves the last pending claim and closes the case.
Yeah,
so the
but
case is...
It says this opinion in order resolves this case.
Yes,
I
so
can't-
the case is closed. With Lynne's company found to be in breach of contract. Here comes the next wave. Then you got a guy named Gregory Houck. You did the same thing.
That paid.
Okay.
We paid
But
him.
they went a whole summer without
During
having...
COVID.
Okay.
It was during COVID. He had a pool that sat.
Yes, that's the point. It sat like this for a year. So Gregory Houck, they had to sue you, and they got a $100,000
No, they
judgment.
didn't. They got $8,000.
I'm looking at it right here. It says
This was during
$100,003.
COVID. There was no courts open. You check this out.
So
too.
what is this? A fake document?
Did you not look up the next one? How it was settled?
Yeah, I spoke to Greg, and he
was it
told
settled?
me that he settled it. He still doesn't like you and thinks you're a terrible person.
I don't care if he thinks I'm a terrible person.
all right.
Again, we did all his.
All right, what is
removal,
all
too.
this stuff?
And then he didn't want to wait.
Now come the government cases. What
I
is
would
this one? The
love
State
for
of
you to
Michigan
call my
Unemployment
clients.
Insurance Agency has
Dude,
a
you are pulling up. I have a business.
$73,000 judgment.
Listen. This I had an old company, 2010. That I opened with a partnership that did not go. It was during the recession. We had all kinds of issues. It's old. This is old.
Okay, this isn't old. This
It
is a
doesn't-
current
because they're
judgment
gonna
for
They're going to
$73,000.
keep putting them on until we settle it.
So you're actually a little bit aware of this type of journalism because Ruth to the Rescue did a story on you
And
too.
that's why she did. Years and years and years ago.
So you kind of know the drill. Why didn't you straighten up your act?
Really. Straighten up my act. We do beautiful work.
Beautiful work if you can get it. Lynne, you're in the Hall of Shame. Now, after we met, Lynne paid the judgment to the court for Pat and Ann's case. Lynne's attorney told me The Podorokas do still have a $12,000 judgment that's unpaid on the most recent case. They also still have those unpaid government judgments that total up to more than 200 grand. However, Lynne's family provided me with a list of some happy customers. We called them and they sang the Podorokas' praises. According to them, they did indeed do beautiful work. That is, if they actually do the job.